Welcome back, everyone. This is Franco, joined by my friend Naven again.
Yo.
And this time we're going to do something different. We're going to start a series. Every Friday we're going to do a Binge Watch Friday. The weekend has arrived.
We're gonna give you all of our recommendations for binge-worthy programs for any shows, like TV shows most likely. So all the binge-worthy TV shows that you should look out for, that you should watch, that have aired in the past and it's no longer on air, or something that's currently on air. Whatever it is, we're going to give you something to do over the weekend if you're bored and you've got nothing to do.
Exactly. This week we're going to start off with The Walking Dead. It's a 1-hour show that airs on AMC. They're currently in their 6th season. And all of those episodes, or most of those episodes, you can find on Netflix. The current season you can find on the AMC app. Alright, the show is about Rick Grimes. He's a deputy who gets injured on the job, and at some point he gets put into a coma. After an undetermined amount of time, he wakes up into this natural disaster. It just so happens that the natural disaster has to do with zombies. Pretty much his main goal is finding his family and meeting certain people along the way and how they're coping with the disaster. The zombies are just there. I don't want to go as far as calling them set dressing, but they're not the primary goal of the show. The show is very character driven.
So I've never watched The Walking Dead. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's the hype. I think it got too much hype, plus zombies. So you're saying that it's not a zombie show?
It just so happens it's a natural disaster show, and it just so happens to have zombies in it. If you're a fan of zombies, great. I know you're not a fan of zombies.
Not really, no.
No, but that's okay. There's a lot of character drama and a lot of stuff unfolding.
So it's like what? About like how people are during a natural disaster? Or it's like about people like what? Is that what you mean? Like it's about people finding people?
It's people finding people and people dealing with the day-to-day dilemma of a natural disaster.
So it's about survival, not
right.
necessarily zombie survival.
No. Okay. The zombies, like I said, they're there, but it's more like, oh, well, there's set amount of resources in a particular area, and then everybody's vying for it, or how people are trying to help each other out, as opposed to...
So the zombies are kind of like roadblocks then. So like...
Right.
So where you would think the obvious path would be to go to this grocery store or something.
Right.
Then it's like, okay, well now zombies are in front of it, so how do we solve the problem? And
exactly. And not only
how
that,
people interact with each other, because someone always has to be a boss or something like that.
Yeah, that as well as human nature and how when laws are no longer in play and how people react to them. Are they going to react moral sort of way, or all hell breaks loose?
So are they fast moving zombies or slow moving zombies?
No, they are the traditional slow moving zombies. They did an excellent job on the zombies. There's a guy named Greg Nicotero who does the special effect, and he does really, really good work.
I should spend 6 seasons into watching Walking Dead, you think? How many episodes do you think before I actually get like hooked Walking Dead?
The first episode, it's very engaging, but I think the second and third might be kind of slow. After that, you become invested.
So it's gonna take me 3 episodes to get invested, or 4?
I would say it would take... Well, here's the thing though. The first episode is really, really good.
Okay.
I would say the second, maybe the third are kind of wonky, and then after that, you're invested.
I see.
It's currently on Netflix. If you manage to binge watch The Walking Dead, the AMC app also has the current season.
All right, cool. So I'll give it a shot. I'm not a big zombie guy, so I'll watch the first episode, and if it's good, then I always try to give every show at least 3 episodes, because pilots can be funny, and sometimes you need to build that story. So I'm gonna give it at least 3 episodes, and we'll see what happens.
And we'll possibly give you an update next week.
All right, now we're going to go into my pick for this week, which is Suits. Suits it's an hour-long drama. It's on USA, and if you've not seen it, you really have to watch it. It's freaking amazing. I think they're in their 5th season now, and it's definitely something you can catch. I know it's on Hulu. It is not on Netflix, so you definitely need to check it out. Suits is the show... basically follows Mike Ross, who is a college dropout, and he accidentally gets into some trouble, and he interviews for a position as a law associate for Harvey Specter. Harvey Specter is like the king of lawyers, the closer that never loses a case. He's the king of corporate law in New York City. So he becomes an associate for Harvey Specter, and the show basically follows the two of them and how Mike gets around not actually being an attorney and working as an attorney for this law firm that he works with Harvey as his boss. And they have that sort of mentor-mentee relationship, and Harvey's not having any of that mentor-mentee relationship. He just, he's very hard-nosed, and he's focused on his goal of being the best, and he loves being the best, and Mike sort of comes along and becomes this chink in his armor, and he lets Mike in, and they sort of, form this bond where they become basically like Batman and Robin.
I've heard of the show. I've actually been avoiding the show.
Why would you avoid it?
Well, because of the type of work that I do. I was like, well, I see it for 8 hours a day. I don't watch any law shows for that particular reason.
Right, but this show is it's not like Law and Order or CSI, any of those annoying shows. This show is very much about figuring out puzzles and getting out of situations and using like lawyery tricks. It's not about law in its pure form. It's not about investigating crimes, and it's like like a Monk or a CSI or any of those things. It's just about the shark side of New York corporate law.
Okay, so is it like very procedural and gritty, or lighthearted, or like what is it?
It's not procedural at all. It's very much fast. It's really witty.
Say the ball's in your court, but the truth is your balls are in my fist. Now, I apologize if that image is too pansy for you, but I'm comfortable enough with my manhood to put it out there.
A funny show. Mm-hmm. It's very pacey. It's really intellectual. So if you like quick-witted, fast-thinking, up-tempo shows that the characters are very aware and they know what they're doing, and it's not, they don't throw in fluff for fluff's sake. Everything in the show it's like a chess move to the next move to the next move to the next move. So everything is really, really well thought out per season. The seasons for Suits aren't really long. I think it's something like 13 episodes a season or something like that. So they really they took a vein from, I say, British shows that have shorter seasons. So they have a really good quality of writing in those 13 seasons. So none of the episodes are really
13 episodes?
They're about 13 episodes each season, but they're not really... None of them are boring, because, again, like I said, each episode... There's 13 episodes to get through a season, so every episode is very purpose-driven.
Very well thought out.
Extremely well thought out.
Okay. So, despite my bias on it, on why the reason I'm avoiding it... I
don't think you should avoid it just because you're in it all the time. But yeah.
Okay, so it's not something that that being in that field won't.
Right, like I said, it's
because
not...
the same thing is I've seen. Say for example, my wonderful girlfriend is a doctor. She doesn't watch certain shows because of the medical jargon and this and the other, and they get a lot of stuff wrong. It's kind of hard to know
if you're not in the field.
If you're not in the field, but that won't detract. Right.
This show, like I said, it's not really... Law is the mechanism in which the puzzles come across, so it's not really... It's not a lawyer-based show. It's just... Law is what they use to get the problem and how they jump into the different loopholes to get, out of issues. But it has nothing to do with law. I think if you were a lawyer and you watched this, you probably would have some issue with it because it's not accurate in terms of law, but I'm fairly certain that it
wouldn't make a difference either way.
I know it won't make a difference, but it's just it's not something law being a part of that profession shouldn't be anything that stops you.
Okay. And how many episodes would you say
you're in it from the first one?
In it to win it?
You're in it. From that first episode, I remember... I think I've watched the pilot at least 3 times. Some pilots can be really slow. This pilot was really, really good, really well written. It was definitely something that is not the norm or something that you see all the time.
I'm definitely gonna give it a go.
If you don't get it after one episode, then I doubt you're gonna like it. You might want to, like I said, I give everything 3 episodes, but I'm fairly certain you're gonna get it after one.
All right, I'll give it a go.
I see that you're also trying to look like a pimp.
My bad, Lewis. I was out late last night. When I woke up, this is the suit your wife picked out for me.
That pretty much wraps it up for this week. Thanks everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe. Also, comment below on whether or not you actually watched the shows, what you thought about them, and if you have any suggestions of your own, let us know that as well. You could also follow me on Twitter at Franco Does and let us know what you thought about our recommendations and for any recommendations for next week. Thanks everybody for watching, and on that note, we're out of here.